Hi everyone, welcome back to online classes. We are discussing 10th class physics chapter structure of the atom. Structure of the atom గురించి ఆల్రెడీ 3 parts మనం డిస్కస్ చేసాం. This is part 4. So in this part 4, let us discuss about quantum numbers. What are these quantum numbers? What is the significance of these quantum numbers? Significance is nothing but uses of quantum numbers. Let us discuss briefly. Those who have textbook, please open the textbook and watch. So we have to follow the textbook and necessary points we have to underline. So let us see the quantum numbers. Each electron in an atom is described by a set of 3 numbers n, l and ml. These numbers are called quantum numbers. So electrons are distributed in shells. So the position of the electron can be described by using these quantum numbers. What is these numbers? N, L and ml. What is n and what is L? What is ml? So let us discuss in this class in detail. So these numbers are useful to find the position of the electron around the nucleus. That means around the nucleus, the space provided, in that space where is the electron is present, we can find out by using these quantum numbers. What information do quantum numbers provide? What information do quantum numbers provide? Let us see. The quantum numbers describe the space around the nucleus where the electrons are found and also their energies. These are all called atomic orbitals. So these quantum numbers are useful to find out the space around the nucleus. The space around the nucleus. That means in which space electrons are present and what is their energies. So we can find out by using these quantum numbers. So position we can find out and their energies also we can find out by using these quantum numbers. What does each quantum number signify? So one by one let us discuss quantum numbers. First one, principal quantum number denoted by n. So principal quantum number is denoted by small n. You can write down small n. So who proposed this? Already we have discussed these models, Bohr's model. From that, Bohr suggested some shells. The shell numbers denoted by this n. So we can understand that this principal quantum number is given by Niels Bohr. Principal quantum number is given by Niels Bohr. You can also write down in the textbook. Niels Bohr proposed the principal quantum number. What is the significance of the principal quantum number? The principal quantum number related to the size and energy of the main shell. Size and energy of the main shell described by this principal quantum number. So it is denoted by small n. So n has values. So what are the values of n? N is equal to 1. That means first shell, n is equal to 2 second shell, and n is equal to 3 third shell, and n is equal to 4 fourth shell, and so on. So if the n value increases 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, if the n value increases, the size of the main shell also increasing and the energy of the shell also increases. So as the n is increasing, the energy of the shell also increases. You understand? So n is equal to 1, n is equal to 2, 3, 4 like that. So which shell has less energy, which shell has more energy? So n is equal to 4, it has a more energy. N is equal to 1, it has a less energy. So as the n value increases, the energy also increases. You have to keep in mind, if n value is more, the energy of the main shell is more. These shells are often denoted by the letters K, L, M, N. So n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, like that we discussed now. So n is equal to 1 means K shell, n is equal to 2 L shell, n is equal to 3 M shell, n is equal to 4 N shell. So like that you can also represent the shells K, L, M, N. K means 1, first shell, L, second shell, M, third shell, N, fourth shell. So you can observe the table in the textbook is given shell and their energies and represented by the letters. So observe the table. Down it is given shell and it is denoted by N. So letters and at the same time numbers also given K1, L2, M3 and N4. These are all letters, all are capital letters. And second one, the angular momentum quantum number. The angular momentum quantum number proposed by Sommerfeld. Sommerfeld suggested this angular momentum quantum number. So this angular momentum quantum number is also called azimuthal quantum number or subsidiary quantum number. So it is denoted by small l. Angular momentum quantum number is denoted by small l. So what are the values of L? L has an integer values. L has an integer values from 0 to n minus 1. So L values starting from 0 and ends from n minus 1. So for each value of n, that means already in the principal quantum number we have the n values. N is equal to 1, n is equal to 2, like that. So the maximum number of the L you can find out by using this n minus 1. The values of L represents subshells. The values of n in the principal quantum number, the values of n represents main shells and the values of n represents subshells. So each L value represents one subshell. So let us see the table given below. See the table. The value of L for a particular subshell is generally designated by the letters S, P, D, F as follows. So you can observe the table L and name of the subshell. L values, if L is equal to 0, the name of the subshell is S. If L is equal to 1, the name of the subshell is P. If L is equal to 3, the name of the subshell is D. If L is equal to 3, the name of the subshell is F. So 0, S, 1, P, 3, D and 4, F. So you have to remember these values. Subshell S, 0. Subshell P, 1. Subshell D, 2. Subshell F, 3. So when n is equal to 1, how many subshells are there? So you can find out by using this 0 to n minus 1. So if n is equal to 1, how many subshells are there starting from 0? Final one, n minus 1. So n is equal to 1, 1 minus 1, 0. That means only one subshell, that is S. So if n is equal to 1, we have only one subshell. So if n is equal to 2, how many subshells starting from 0 and n minus 1 we have to write down. N minus 1 means 2 minus 1, that is equal to 1, 0, 1. That means 2 subshells are there. What is that 2 subshells? S and 1 means P. So that means in the second shell, in the second main shell, there are 2 suborbitals. That is L is equal to 0, that means 2s, and L is equal to 1, that is 2p. So do you understand? So first one, main shell, n is equal to 1 means only one shell, there is no subshells. Okay, only one shell, that is S. So here we have one question. what is the maximum value of L for n is equal to 4? So we have to find out the maximum value of L for n is equal to 4. So what is the formula to find out the L values? 0 to n minus 1. 0 to n minus 1. So L values we have to find out from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, like that we have to find out. So what is the maximum value? N minus 1. So what is the n value here? 4. So 4 minus 1 how much? 3. 4 minus 1, 3. So starting from 0 to 3 we have to count 0, 1, 2, 3. That means if n is equal to 4, the maximum value of L is 3. That means what is 3? Which is subshell? 0 means S, 1 means P, 2 D, 3 F orbital. So that means in the fourth main shell there are 4 subshells. 4 subshells. What is that? S, P, D, F. That is 4S, 4P, 4D and 4F. These are the 4 subshells present in the main shell, fourth main shell. Next question, how many values can L have for n is equal to 4? How many values? Already we discussed 4 values are there. What is that? 0, 1, 2, 3. So n minus 1 is the maximum value now. Here n is equal to 4. So maximum value how much? N minus 1. That means 4 minus 1, 3. So here 4 values are there. This is about angular momentum quantum number. Next one, magnetic quantum number. The magnetic quantum number is proposed by Lande, L-A-N-D-A, Lande. So it is denoted by ML, magnetic quantum number, ML, M subscript L, you have to write down like that, ML. The magnetic quantum number ML has integer values between minus L and plus L including 0. So what is the magnetic quantum number values? It starts from minus L to plus L including 0. So we can find out maximum values of the ML values by using this formula 2L plus 1. 2L plus 1. So for example, L is equal to 1. So how to find out maximum values? 2L plus 1 is the formula. You have to substitute the value n is equal to 1 instead of L. 2 into 1 plus 1. That means 2 into 1, 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1, 3. So if L is equal to 1, ML has 3 values. If L is equal to 2, ML has how many values? 2 into L. And that means 2 into 2 plus 1. 2 2s are 4, 4 plus 1, 5. 5 values. Okay, like that. L is equal to 0. How many values? L is equal to 0 means 2 into 0, 0 plus 1. That means ML has only 1 value. Observe the test book. When L is equal to 0, 2L plus 1 is equal to 1. And there is only one value of ML. Thus we have only one orbital, that is 1s orbital. So when L is equal to 0, we have only one value, maximum value 2L plus 1, we are getting only 1. That means only 1s orbital present. L is equal to 1, that means 2L plus 1 is equal to 3. That means ML has 3 values, namely minus 1, 0 and plus 1. So these are 3 p orbitals. L is equal to 1 means p orbital, no? That means p orbitals are 3. What is that 3? Px, Py and Pz. Px, Py and Pz. So, and one more, L is equal to 2. L is equal to 2 means d orbital. 2L plus 1 is equal to, we will get 5. That means d orbitals are 5. These are called suborbitals. We can call suborbitals. So these are all labeled as so dxy, dyz, dzx and dx square minus y square and dz square. These are the 5 d orbitals. So do this 3 p orbitals or 5 d orbitals have the same energy? So p orbitals 3 types is there, px, py, pz. So these 3 p orbitals having same energy or not? Yes, these 3 p orbitals having the same energy. So these are called degenerated orbitals. The 3 p orbitals having same energy. So and also called degenerated orbitals. Like that d orbitals also. 5 d orbitals having the same energy. They are called degenerated orbitals. So what are the shapes of the orbitals? So s orbital, spherical shape, p orbital, dumbbell shape, and d orbital, double dumbbell shape. So d orbital has double dumbbell shape. So now we have a small task. We have to complete the table 1 in the textbook. It is given. So let us complete the subshells number of degenerated orbitals. L value is given, subshells is given. How many number of degenerated orbitals are there? We have to find out. Let us see that one. Fill the table 1 with the number of degenerated orbitals per subshell using 2l plus 1 rule. So we have to use 2l plus 1 rule. So this one, 2l plus 1 rule, and find out number of degenerated orbitals present in subshells. Okay, let us see. First one, L is equal to 0. That means subshell S. So we have to substitute the number 0 in 2l plus 1. 2l plus 1. That means L means how much? 0. So 2 into 0, 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. So like that, P is equal to 1. That means 2 into 1. 2 into 1, 2 plus 1, that is equal to 3. L is equal to 2. That means 2 into L, no? So 2 into 2, 2 into 2, that is equal to 4 plus 1. 4 plus 1, 5. So F, L is equal to 3, subshell F, that means 2 into 3 plus 1. 2 into 3, 6, 6 plus 1, 7. So L is equal to 0, number of degenerated orbitals only 1. L is equal to 1, so in the subshell P there are 3 degenerated orbitals, that is Px, Py and Pz. L is equal to 2, subshell D, number of degenerated orbitals 5, that is d orbitals, d x y, d y z, d z x, d x square, y square and dz square. These are the 5 orbitals. You can see in the diagrams, afterwards I will show you. And L is equal to 3, that means subshell F, number of degenerated orbitals 7. We can now observe the shapes of s orbital and p orbital and d orbitals. See down, there are orbital shapes. So s orbital shape, spherical shape. So you can underline this shape of the s orbital, spherical. So this is a spherical. Spherical means it looks like a globe, ball. And p orbital shapes. So this is a dumbbell shape. You have to see this dumbbell shape. Okay, like a 8 is there, that is a dumbbell shape. Px, that means it is on the x axis. Py, it is lying on the y axis. And Pz, it is lying on the z axis. So all the orbitals, all the p orbitals together is given here. So x and y and z, x orbital, y and z, all the p orbitals, if you combine, it looks like this. This is p orbitals. Okay. And next one, d orbitals, double dumbbell shape. double dumbbell shape. So this is one dumbbell and this is another dumbbell. So this is DYZ and this is DXZ and this is DXY and this one dx square and y square, this is a dz square. So if you observe carefully, so these d orbitals are dyz means, so it is between y and z axis. This is a xz between x axis and z axis and this is xy between x axis and y axis. So z axis is perpendicular like that. So this is dx square minus y square means it is lying on the x axis one dumbbell and y axis another dumbbell. So dz square, this one dumbbell is on the z axis, so the remaining it looks like a ring. This is about d orbitals. Now after discussing about principal quantum number and angular momentum quantum number and third one magnetic quantum number. So now we have to observe the table 2. So here 3 quantum numbers, principal quantum number n and angular momentum quantum number L and magnetic quantum number ML is given. So subshells notation is nothing but how to write subshells and number of orbitals in the subshells. So it is given here, clear information. Let us observe 1. So n is equal to 1, L values only 0 and ML values also 0. That means 0 is nothing but s orbital. 0 represents s orbital. So L value 0, 0 means s orbital. So notation 1s, first main shell 1 and 0 means s orbital, 1s we can write like this and number of orbitals in the subshell only 1, that is 1s and n is equal to 2, n is equal to 2, that means second main shell there are 2 L values, that is 0 and 1, 0 means s orbital and 1 means p orbital. So what are the ML values? 0 means 0 only, so that is 2s notation, okay. 2, 0 means yes, 2s, okay, and L is equal to 1 means ML values minus 1, 0 and plus 1, 3 are there. So what is this 3 represents? L is equal to 1 means p orbital, that means p orbitals are 3, that is px, py and pz. So it is denoted by 2p, so 2 L value 1 no p, that means p. So if you write here px, py, pz like that separates. So number of orbitals in the subshell 3. So like that n is equal to 3, L values is 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. So what is 0? S orbital. What is 1? P orbital. What is 2? D orbital. So 0 means only ML value is 0, that is 3s orbital. 3 main shell and 0 s, 3s. So like that 3 main shell, 1 means p orbital, 3p. Okay, again n 3 and L value 2 means d orbital, 3d. So like that. So ML values we know that minus L to plus L. Here 2 is there, minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2. So how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 orbitals in the subshell. So like that n is equal to 4, there are L values 4 are there. L values 0, 1, 2, 3. So 0, no, n is equal to 4, 0. That means 4s, 4s. 1 means p, 4p. 2 means d, 4d. 3 means f, 4f. So 4s, 4p, 4d and 4f. So like that we can find out ML values also. My 3 means L value 3 means there are 7 subshells are there. So minus 3 to plus 3, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3. How many subshells are there? 7. So this is the information. So now each subshell holds a maximum of twice as many electrons as the number of orbitals in the subshell. So subshells, how many maximum electrons present? Down it is given, you can observe. See, each subshell holds a maximum of twice as many electrons as the number of orbitals in the subshell. So number of orbitals in the subshell, here you can observe. Subshell S, that means L value 0. P, subshell P, that means L value is equal to 1. Subshell D, L is equal to 2. Subshell F, L is equal to 3. Number of orbitals present, 2L plus 1. You can find out number of orbitals, 2L plus 1. 1, 3, 5, 7, like that. Okay. So maximum number of electrons present in first S orbital. So S orbital 1 is then a number of orbitals only 1. So twice, that means 1 into 2, 2 orbitals, 2 electrons. So here number of orbitals 3, 3 into 2, 6 electrons present in the p orbital. And next one, number of orbitals 5 in the d orbitals. So how many electrons present in the d orbital? 5 into 2, 10 electrons. So like that in the f orbital, 7 into 2, 14 electrons present. So in s orbital, 2 electrons present. In p orbital, 6 electrons present. In the d orbital, 10 electrons present. And f orbital, 14 electrons are present. The next quantum number is spin quantum number. Spin quantum number is proposed by Uhlenbeck, Uhlenbeck, Uhlenbeck and Goudsmit in 1925. Uhlenbeck and Goudsmit. So the three quantum numbers n, l and ml describes the size and energy n, and shape given by this one L, angular momentum quantum number, gives shape, and ml gives orientation. Okay, first principal quantum number gives size and energy, and next angular momentum quantum number L gives shape. Magnetic quantum number ml gives orientation. Orientation means x axis, y axis, z axis. Orientations are there, that one. So respectively of an atomic orbital in space. So in the space, these three quantum numbers describes these three variable properties like size and energy, shape and orientation. So now what about spin quantum number? As you have observed in the case of street lights, sodium vapor lamps. So street lights, if you observe sodium yellow color light, we can observe. So yellow light is emitted in the street lamps. Which light? Yellow light. In the previous class also we have discussed electromagnetic spectrum, different salts, different metals emits different colors. So sodium vapors in yellow color. This yellow color light is comprised a very closely spaced doublet. So when analyzed using high resolution spectroscope. So through the high resolution spectroscope, if you observe this yellow light, you will see a doublet. Doublet is nothing but two lines you can observe in that light. Which metals show this property? So alkali and alkaline earth metals. Alkali metals and alkaline earth metals show such a type of lines. The size of these atoms comparable to the wavelength of the yellow light. So that is why alkali and alkaline earth metal shows such type of lines. So now to account for such behavior, this type of behavior, to explain of an electron, an additional quantum number is introduced. So this type of behavior, to explain this type of behavior, one more quantum number introduced. This is spin quantum number. Which quantum number? That is spin quantum number. So this spin quantum number represents the property of the electron. The property of the electron. So it is denoted by ms. So m subscript s. So spin quantum number is denoted by ms. Next, see, this quantum number refers to the two possible orientations. Spin quantum number has two possible orientations. How many orientations? Only two of the spin of the electron. So what is the spin? In which direction the electrons move? So one clockwise and another anti-clockwise. Clockwise spin and anti-clockwise spin. So these are represented by plus 1 by 2 and minus 1 by 2. So if the electron spin is clockwise, plus 1 by 2. Anti-clockwise, the value minus 1 by 2. So if both are positive values, then the spins are parallel. So two electrons have plus values, plus 1 by 2, then their spin is parallel. And both are opposite each other, then their spins are anti-parallel. One spin is plus 1 by 2 and another one minus 1 by 2, then they are anti-parallel. So what is the importance of the spin quantum number? The importance of the spin quantum number is seen when electrons occupy specific orbitals in multi-electron atoms. So this importance, while filling the electrons in the orbitals, multi-electron atoms, then we can know what is the importance of this spin quantum number. So how do electrons in an atom occupy shells, subshells and orbitals? Let us see that. The distribution of electrons in shells, the distribution of electrons in shells, subshells and orbital in an atom is known as electronic configuration. So what is electronic configuration? Distribution of electrons. Distributing the electrons in shells, subshells and orbitals. This is called electronic configuration. Let us discuss electronic configuration briefly in the next class. So my dear students, I think you have understand about quantum numbers. So what is the home task? So write a short note on these four quantum numbers briefly. So whatever we discussed in this video, so write a small note on each quantum number: principal quantum number, angular momentum quantum number and magnetic quantum number and spin quantum number. Who proposed and how to get these values all. So you have to write down. So thank you. We'll meet again in the next class. Thank you.